Hey Scorpio, welcome. Adrian Nelson here for Ancient Great Life. And this is a general reading for you for the month of April 2020. So Sun, Moon, Rising for Scorpio as well as Ascending, and then Venus for love, and also Saturn for energy and for strength and for abundance and prosperity and the best path forward for you. Okay, it's your first time to my channel. Welcome. If you have been here before and you are coming back, welcome back. It's such a pleasure to have you. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you for that. Okay. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, you may want to follow me on Facebook as well as Instagram. The links are down below because I will be more active there for like the next month or so. Also going live on Facebook. So if you still want to have some readings, I do personal readings there from time to time. That is the place to catch me. Okay. This is interesting. A tarot deck has got 78 cards. And they keep on having the same cards coming out. It just seems like the world is so together at the moment that we're really connecting. And a lot of the information that we get is the same. But this is where yours is starting, which I love. King of April. Your plans are working out well, professional and financial success, and using resources wisely. Okay? Because, of course, first of all, Scorpio, you are excellent at making plans. In fact, you usually have a plan. Okay? Like 5 backup plans that everybody doesn't know about. Because when you don't, it makes you feel kind of like you don't have power, all right? Which you don't like to feel. So I like the space. The universe is so beautifully supporting you at the moment, almost in a sense of everything you've built up to this point, how to almost kind of like expand that for you, all right? Which is incredible. So no matter what happens, you will always really have that sense of knowing what to do, which I love. All right, let's see what we're clarifying with for you. The Hermit, the World, 2 of Wands, the Magician, and the 7 of Wands. There's some good stuff here. So, might be a bit of a period, which I suppose makes sense right now, for you to wait it out a little bit. So, the universe letting you know that it's supporting you even in a time where it seems there's lack and it seems that there is no availability, that there actually is. Okay? Remember, I always say this, that especially on my Facebook lives, I usually somehow say it quite often, that just because you don't see the solution right now doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Okay? So also when it does seem like things are not working out the way that you'd like to work out, for your own sanity and for your own peace of mind, and so that you don't completely go bonkers within your own capacity, the universe is saying to for your greatest good, take the break, enjoy the break, embrace the break. Okay? You're not alone. Everything is there for you, because on the other side of the break, there's the world. There's everything. There's abundance. There's prosperity. There's flow. It's really, really good. Okay? Because again, just because you don't see everything working out right now in your life doesn't mean that the universe, same as you, always got a backup plan, or at least some kind of direction that you'd like to take. The universe has got the same thing for you, because remember, we are the universe and the universe is us. Okay? So I feel the rest is necessary for you, because you might have been running yourself a little bit tired there, you know, spreading yourself a little bit thinly. And really take this time to really get a very clear idea, a very clear outlay of what it is that you want with your life. Okay? Excuse me just one moment, please. I do apologize. I apologize for that. Thank you so much. I'm back. I was gone for just a second. Still holding the cards in my hand. So the Magician, letting you know that whatever it is that you want, whatever it is you need, you are able to get it now. Okay? So I feel there might be quite a fight with the emotions happening there at the moment. So just so we run over that again, because it's a very powerful message actually. Okay? The way that you envision your life to be, the way that you'd like your life to be, the universe is fully supporting you in that. Okay? There is some kind of temporary delay, which obviously makes sense because at some point in future, if you're looking at this reading, and I believe that you see everything when you're supposed to see it. So, right now, for example, in South Africa, we're going to have a lockdown due to the coronavirus. That we won't be able to go outside, so there is a bit of a timeout. Okay, I think the world needs that. Sorry. Other parts of the world are in lockdown, and other parts are probably going to go into lockdown. Okay, so this is a bit of a timeout period in any case. So instead of maybe rebelling against it, rather accept it within your heart and flow with it. Okay, I believe there's powerful magic there. In that, because remember, Scorpio, you're still a water sign, so the waters of the world has been a little bit turbulent for quite some time. Okay, lots of negativity that wasn't serving us best, greed and all those type of things. So there is a period of almost rest that is necessary for that to kind of settle back down again. But once that is done, it's like anything. It's like, after a river's kind of done its whole storm and everything, there's a beautiful flow again, and everything just flows abundantly, beautifully, and prospectively for you and for all of us. Okay? I like that. So what you want to do now is know that, first of all, what you were focusing on, what you wanted to have with your life, that sort of dream or plan that you had for your life, it's available. Okay? So this is a confirmation. When it feels like everything is falling apart and nothing is working out, it's still there. Okay? The same way you sometimes sneaky work around to the background just because you don't want everybody to know. The universe is kind of doing the same thing because it reflects you. Okay? But it's if you want to call it that, sneaky, but it's working in a way that is going to be to your greatest benefit, that brings you in the position of power. So what you want to do whilst you are taking your break is not to be in that space of fighting the emotions, fighting this, fighting that, Peep ugly with this and peep ugly with that. Okay. Because 7 of Michael here for us, being there on your journey of life, says there is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. So while you are, if you happen to be going in this period of, having to actually kind of stay at home, or the world going into more quiet, use that time to your benefit to reassess your plans and get some clarity about where it is that you really want to go forward. Because sometimes when we so sit on, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do that and I have a plan, you sometimes get your wires a little bit crossed. Okay? So whether this is now, whether this is sometime in future, because I'm just going to show you the next card as well. You're actually going from 7 of Michael to 8 of Michael. So there is a natural progression from one step to another step. It may not always seem that way, but things are actually chronologically following quite one after the other. Always, of course, with life asking you, what is it that you'd like to do next? How may we assist you next? Okay? So you might have feel that you want to go at it alone because you've got your plan and you said, but just because you got a plan, please, with all respect, meaning no disrespect, but just because you've got a plan and just because you think it's a good plan doesn't necessarily actually make it a good plan. Okay? Because remember, and I can understand that as a water sign myself because I'm a Cancerian, we often make these decisions from emotions. And when you make a decision from emotions, you're not really making it from the most objective point of view. Okay? Yep. So clarifying here for you, Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Moon, there's that Moon energy again, Cancer, Empress, and the Five of Wands. Okay? So a lot of things would have been making very logical sense in your mind. But the tables are sort of turning. And so this is what you want to reassess and ask yourself to maintain a firm grip on things. So if you lost the grip a bit, to get a grip back. So what makes logical sense in your mind, or used to make logical sense in your mind, you want to kind of reassess that. You want to come more from the heart sort of energy and ask yourself, okay, so yes, it made sense, but let me just pull back and let me just kind of, pull myself towards myself a little bit here. Have an honest moment with myself in like the mirror or something like that. Nobody else needs to know about this. Okay? Kind of asking yourself, does this still maintain like the highest kind of good, so with like my initial intention that I had starting there, what was my initial intention starting off? And am I still in alignment with that? Or have I maybe slightly lost my way, along the way? And how do I get it back? So it might surprise you, but some of you might need to make some really tough decisions here. Some really, once you kind of get this honesty and clarity with yourself, some of you might need to make some decisions. You go like, oh my goodness, I didn't actually realize this, Sorry. I thought I was on par, but maybe I was a little lost there. So this plan of mine might need some, reassessing, some tweaking. Okay? And if you can get that, it's almost like you wouldn't actually have to decide so much, am I going to follow this new path or not? Because what you need to do will be blatantly clear to you. Okay? It will be obvious. So lead with the emotions. You kind of want to ask yourself, what do the typical Cancerian do right now? Okay? I'm just going to leave it at that. The Empress is confirming to you that I feel that a lot of you might be feeling in a moment of almost despair, the moment weakness. You're like, oh, whatever, I'm just going to give up. What's the point? The Empress is letting you know you need to chill your bones. Okay? Everything is not as lost as it may seem. You may have lost your head there for a little while. You might have become very overwhelmed there for a little while. The Empress, very same as the Hermit, it's about going to that moment of peace, a moment of space. So who are you? Who are you really? Okay? And when I say who are you really, I'm talking about in the sense of us all being spiritual beings. Have you sort of lost that somewhere along the way? And remember, life always happens, so with whatever happens, sometimes, so many times I think that we lost our way and we want to blame ourselves, and often we want to blame ourselves. But it doesn't actually have to be anybody's fault. Because with life being life, sometimes it just happens. Okay? Sometimes it just happens. It's nobody's fault. Okay? So the Empress is saying you need to take a chill ball, you need to take it calm, because you're going to be okay. Things are going to work out for you. You are stronger than what you imagine yourself to be. Because when you think from a point of, if you see things from the vantage point of nothing working out, you might be feeling very weak, you might be feeling very powerless, you might be feeling very demasculated. But just because that's your perception of yourself doesn't actually make it true. But then it's not really like anybody else can kind of get that into your mind. You have to reach that perception for yourself. That is why you need to move onwards. And have that sort of difficult conversation with yourself where you ask the questions but sit back and wait for the answers. Okay? Not fighting the emotions. You can't expect to get the different answers by fighting the same fight. That's why you were crying out for help and life kind of took you a little bit out of the loop. what you're getting is it's a direct sort of result of what you were asking for. Okay? And then the next step is at 8 of Michael. So you can be free, make a courageous choice to change your situations, not seeing things clearly. If you look at the figure in there, there's like this rope around the feet. But you can actually step out of the situation very easily. Just because you feel there's no solution doesn't make it true. Okay? I know life can be tough sometimes, huh? Where all these cards fall into. So I'm going to take the one that came out upright and the ones that did not. I'm going to put them back inside. This card keeps on showing up, so I'm going to take it out. The Sun keeps on showing up. When I shuffle it, I keep on seeing it. Reading tarot is about following your guidance. So often people ask me, like when you have a reading, so what are you going to tell me in the reading? It's like, I don't know. That's why it's called a reading. Let's see. Scorps. 6 of Swords, the Sun. That's a card that was coming out. 9 of Swords, 3 of Cups, and Queen of Cups. This situation is not lost. This situation is going in a very good direction. You're just not seeing it. Just because you're not seeing it doesn't mean that it's not true. But you've got to allow other people to help you. You've got to allow a different way of seeing things. You've got to respect other people's point of view, because maybe, just maybe, they're seeing things from a different point of yours. Okay? I feel that some of you are stuck because you are stubborn. There's a bit of pride in you. It's not serving you well. Just let it go. Okay? You are learning. As you let that almost set way of how things need to work out go, you're learning how to not be okay and be okay with not being okay. Because as you learn how to be okay with not being okay, it's a very different sort of mindset from everything's now falling apart. Okay? So yes, you will still have a lot of worries and concerns, but the longer you stay in that worry space, you're not seeing the abundance around you. You're not seeing there with 3 of Cups how great things can be, how the universe is saying to you, Scorpio, come on, you know. This is your wake-up call. This is your break that I'm giving you. A lot of times, like for example, you'll be asking, you'll be saying, listen, I want to have the greatest good for my life, I'd like this and I'd like that. Universe, please help me. Now suddenly the universe either takes you out of a situation or puts you inside of a situation like, oh, even the universe hates me. But sometimes there's a lesson that you need to learn, there's a puddle that you need to go through, there's something that you need to go through, because if you don't get the lesson, then when you go forward and whatever it is that you want, like most relatable example probably, if you're from a space where you have no money and you say you want money and suddenly you win the lottery and you've got a lot of money, if you didn't learn the lesson about the lack and about feeling deserving and about being good enough for stuff, and I'm not nitpicking here, but if you didn't learn the lesson, then what is meant to be, or what could have prospectively been a fantastic blessing to you, can become the biggest curse, because now you've got more possibilities to self-destruct. So when the situations come around, ask yourself, what is the lesson here? Am I missing the lesson? Speak to the universe. Okay? Because here's the thing, with the Queen of Cups, the ending of your reading, you are heading in a positive direction, and with the 3 of Cups and the Queen of Cups next to each other, this is such a powerful confirmation that it's like there's a brilliant path being followed here to you. But the question is, will you follow it, or will you not? Okay? I'm just going to end up for you with a motivational card. What is this? It says, time for a love fest. Okay? So it's actually, everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons, and usually it's worth trying to learn what they are. They are to maximize chances of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest, which is always a good thing. Groovy you, the universe. Okay? Don't forget in the times when you're not doing so well that you are actually a really fantastic person. Okay? May your life expand beautifully forwards, and so it is. And let's just quickly do a meditation if it's okay for you to relax. Just breathe in and anchor in your heart space, whatever's for you, and whatever's not for you in this reading, just let it go. You know? Breathe it in. Take in your heart what's for you, and what's not for you, release and let it go. Okay? Thank you so much, Scorpio. Thank you so much, you beautiful people. Remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook for some live readings. And I wish you all the best in love and light until we meet again. Namaste.